want that tea. I want that tea. Go ahead and pour it. Ooh, that tea is hot. Oh, I want that tea.
Oh my goodness. Do you like some tea? I'm gonna have some. I went through chemotherapy for cancer, and that's a hell of a way to start a video. Anyway, it was bad. I didn't really get better very fast, and also while I was doing chemotherapy, the company that was making the drug that they were putting into my body, it ran out. So for like 3 months, they're like trying other things, but the cancer was like, oh, nothing's coming against me, so I'll continue to grow and mutate and stuff. Anyway, it started out as like a skin cancer, and then it became a throat cancer, and then a lung cancer, and then, I don't even know, a mouth cancer, it went crazy. And so I was doing, I think I did like 15 cycles of chemotherapy, which is a whole lot of chemotherapy. Typically people do like 6 to 7, 7 to 8, stuff like that. Anyway, I did like 15, 16, something like that. And it wore me out. But at the same time, I had, it's not like in the movies, and I didn't really I lived on my own, so I had to pay my bills, so that means I had to work. And when you're working a minimum wage job, you have to work 40 hours to pay those bills, honey. And so that's what I was doing. And so I'd go to chemo, and then I would go to work. And don't do that if you're on chemo. Take that day off. I learned. Also, if you have people in your life, please try to convince them that it's a good idea for them to take you to chemo. Because when you're driving back home from chemotherapy on your own, that is so dangerous. Even with Britney Spears playing, trying to keep me awake, honey, I found myself drifting off because chemotherapy is exhausting. And I was like, it's okay, it's just a 20-minute, 30-minute drive. Oh, I can do this, I can do this. I'm a slave for you. And then I was like, it always got me right before I went to my house. And then I had to go to work the next day, and it was all just very exhausting. And so, that is good tea. So one night I had enough. I was tired. My hair had started to fall out. I was really hoping that didn't happen, but it started to fall out. And I was like, great. And then I was exhausted. I developed a thing called lymphedema. So my legs are very swollen if I'm on my feet for too long, because my body just overproduces this lymphatic fluid. And since it doesn't do anything, gravity pulls it down into my legs. So my legs I can kick a tank across a highway, honey, but I don't like to wear shorts because it's kind of unsightly, if I do say so myself. Anyway, so I was just reminiscing and just mulling about, and my car had run out of gas, and so I was like, oh my god. And so I had to push my car. It was a Buick LeSabre, a metal frame. I'm glad I work out, because that thing was heavy. And it was also 3 in the morning, so I was pushing my car and trying to get to this gas station, and I finally got my car to the gas station, and I put $10 in it because that was all I could afford. And then I tried to start the car and it wouldn't work. And so I thought, I'm gonna have a conversation with Jesus. And so I went off. I was like, I don't understand. You're always like, I heal the sick. And I was like, I'm sick. I'm sick of working. I'm sick of being sick. I'm so tired and exhausted and angry at the world and everything. But I have a job where I have to be nice to people. So when I get there, I'm like, I don't care about your stupid soup. But I have to be like, of course I'll get that for you. So then I thought, I'm gonna be so frustrated if I don't do something, so I'm just gonna roll down my window and scream. It's 3 in the morning, who cares? So I rolled down my window, I turned to my window, and I was like, ah! Wouldn't you know it, some guy had gotten off of work at the Dairy Queen and was walking home. And he walked right by my car, right when I rolled the window down. And I can't even imagine. This poor guy had just gotten done with his shift. He was probably tired. He's like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get myself a glass of something, and I'm gonna enjoy my... So he ran off. And I bet somewhere in the world now, this guy tells the story of how he was walking home and some guy screamed out the window at him. Lunatic! Hi, it was me. Thanks for stopping by.